Right, so this has just come out of the oven. It's delicious. We've got ground or minced beef, mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, garlic, macaroni. Lovely stuff. Bit of cheese, bang it in the oven. Lovely. Welcome back to How to Cook Great. Okay, look, we're going to get started with our meat sauce. So at the back here, I've got 1, 2, 3. Roughly the same in volume. Let's take a look. I've got some ground beef there. That's 500 grams, which is about a pound. 1 can of tomatoes, whole plum tomatoes. I'm going to give them a little kind of mush up in a minute. When I say a can, I mean a regular size 400 ml can. And here I've got 250 grams of mushrooms. I've cut mine fairly chunky, cut them how you like really. Tablespoon of garlic, 2 teaspoons of oregano, 1 cup of onions. Let's get moving. So look, before we get started, get your pasta cooked. I'm using this macaroni. It's like 250 grams pack that I cooked. You can use any pasta you want actually. You can use spaghetti, penne, up to you. Right, okay, heat's on, just put it on now. Slightly above medium. I've got 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there. You can use a different oil if you want. And we're gonna start by adding 1 cup of onions and then 500 grams or about a pound of ground beef. Very simply, we're gonna go for about 5 minutes here, throwing this around in the pan. I'll be stirring it fairly often. We're well on our way. Right, that's looking all right, isn't it? Okay, we're now gonna add in a tablespoon of chopped garlic. We'll get in some salt and some pepper. We'll add a couple of teaspoons of dried oregano. We're going to give that a little mix. Then we're going to drop in our mushrooms, 250 grams, which is kind of like one of those blue plastic punnets that they come in, you know. And you can see I've just cut mine up fairly chunky. And again, we're going to go for about another 4 or 5 minutes, stirring often. Okay, lovely stuff. Right, that 1 can of tomatoes, that was a whole plum, and I've just sort of just crushed that up with my hand a little bit. Now we're using mushrooms in here, but if you don't have or like mushrooms, get some bell peppers in here, some corn, something like that, you know, you can sort of switch it about a bit. Bulk it out as well if you want to with more vegetables. Okay, 5 more minutes, stay on this medium heat, and then our meat sauce will be done. Okay, job done, so off goes the heat. Now if you fancy being a bit flash, chop some black or green olives in there, something like that, you know. Check that for salt and pepper. That meat sauce is done. Now if you wanted, you could get a little bit of cream in that to kind of give it a little bit of a creaminess. We're going to get that together with our macaroni or any pasta you use, stick some cheese on it, and then we're going to get it in the oven. So a little tip or trick for you, which is something I always do, is measure out the pasta in your container and kind of leave, you know, a centimetre or so, because we're going to add the sauce to that. So I've not used all of that pasta for this one, so yeah, I'm sort of, and I've got maybe a cup or 2 left over. But yeah, you don't want to just chuck it all in because obviously it's going to be too much in there. Now what you can do is you can pour the sauce on the top and mix it in there. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that pasta into the pan, because I've got a lot of space in there, give it a nice mix and then get it back in there. Now, by the way, you can use glass, you can use metal, you can use ceramic, as long as it can go in the oven. Get your oven on full blast, maximum heat. I'll be back in a minute. Now, as I'm giving this a little mix around, a good time for me to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, press that bell thing, and all the other stuff I meant to say. Okay, you can see that's mixed nicely and perfectly fits into the bowl, so measured it out. I've got some cheddar cheese here. Use a different cheese if you want, maybe some mozzarella or something. Just some sort of grated stuff that I've done earlier. So this goes into a nice hot oven. In my oven for about 12 minutes, middle shelf, maximum heat. Like I say, everything's cooked here. We're just bringing it together. I'm trying to get a little bit of colour on the top of that cheese, aren't we? If you wanted, stick some oregano on the top or some little bit of chili powder maybe. But that's a beauty. I've seen about 10, 12 minutes. Yeah, about 10 or 12 minutes in my oven. That's piping hot, still bubbling away. That's delicious, really easy. Hope you enjoy that. I'll see you soon. You take care. Lots of love. Well done for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you that follow the channel on a regular basis. You know who you are. There's loads of you. I'm cooking away like non-stop. As you can see, I've got some lovely food right in front of me here. We're just about to start our cookbook. We're doing our cookbook at the moment, which is going to take a long time to come out. I know a lot of you have been asking for it, but yeah, it's going to take a while, lots to do. But yeah, cooking away. Chef June is working really hard on the channel as well, doing his Filipino food in Tagalog. Rahel's got her own channel now doing the Ethiopian food, which is marvelous. It is in Amharic, the national language of Ethiopia, but check it out because she really, really is fantastic. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing great. Give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. I do actually try and get back to everyone who leaves a comment for me. Subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. There's social media knocking about, you know, Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff if you want to check it out. But that's it. Keep safe, keep well. Lots of love.